So this video is a clip from the Norwich City Player Review, podcast episode 7. If you'd like to watch the full player review, then I will be leaving a link in the description down below. Please enjoy, guys, and remember to also subscribe and to like the video as well. And I will say now, the best till last. The best till last, Callum. The Argentinian.
Okay, are you ready?
God. Okay.
Emi Buendia.
That's what we sounded like the night down spoons when Arno Hernandez was there.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to give you... we'll do 3, 2, 1, what you've given him out of 10. So 3, 2, 1, 10.
9.5.
Oh, he's the only player I've given a 10. He's the only player I've given a 10.
I was thinking about a 10, but I was just like, is anyone perfect? I was having a crisis about, is anyone perfect? What's perfect, Rob?
True. There's always room for improvement,
I
as they
gave
say.
him a 9.5. Yeah, and I think there is, and I think there is more he can improve on. Can he? I don't know. I mean, and I think maybe I'm taking into account that this is the championship, and of course he's the best player in the championship. Of course he is. I also think he's going to be one of the better players in the Premier League as well, particularly with the teams around us. Yeah, not perfect for me. I think maybe part of that is to do with his disciplinary record.
Yeah,
okay. He gets a bit fiery, which why he was left out a few games earlier on in the season and in the Prem as well. So I think if he can sort that out, then it would be a 10 for me. But then also that fieriness makes him Emi Buendia. So yeah, it's a difficult one. But no, I mean, amazing. What a complete performance this season. What a complete performance. In the 39 games that he did play, 15 goals and 16 assists.
Oh.
Wow.
Tell you what, shouts out Premier League.
31 goal involvements. That's amazing.
He's filthy.
It's just, and 3.4 chances created a game. More than anyone else in the team.
That's mad.
I can imagine more than most players in the entire league.
That's mad.
Mental 77.8 touches a game, so proper involved. He loses possession 19.9 times a game, but when you're involved as much as you are, of course that's going to happen. Like you can't make as many good moves as Emi Buendia does if you don't make a few mistakes, if you don't lose the ball a few times. He's making 2.2 shots on target a game, which is I think one of the highest in the team. He actually passes less than Cantwell, but that's because he's just so good on the ball. He doesn't need to pass it to anyone.
You're right.
It's just mental.
Yeah,
it's just so good. Such a complete performance. He wins us 2.2 fouls a game. He's also making 2.7 tackles a game. That is one of the best bits about Emi Buendia, is that not only is he so important to us attackingly, also defensively. Ever since he's joined us, he has been, before he was as good as he is attackingly, he was so important defensively on that right, particularly when you've got Max Aarons behind him, in that you can't have a really attacking right back if you've then got a right mid that isn't, or right attacking mid that isn't prepared to defend. And he really is. He puts everything into it. Emi Buendia just puts his whole heart and soul into every game he plays, and he's just phenomenal. I desperately want him to stay, but I can completely see him leaving.
It's a shame, and that's
a hefty fee. We, at the end of the day, all we can do is demand as high a fee as possible. But you can understand why I'd want to leave. See what happens really for me.
Before I get onto him, yeah, you are right. It's desperate. Desperate times to get him to stay. Someone tweeted it, but it's without a doubt true. He is our Zaha, he is our Grealish, and they've been able to stay, and we need to give everything we can to get him to stay. You know, offer him money, and this is the cases as well. Like of perhaps being ruthless in some areas, of getting rid of players like Marco Stiepermann. That allows more funds throughout the club to you know, the freedom of offering perhaps Buendia a bigger contract. In some cases, because all eyes are on him. and I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal dive in right now and go for a second bid over the summer as well. And Leeds, Bielsa loves the look of him. Everyone does, I think. Everyone does. And I think from talking to a lot of top 6 fans this season, it's sad to see and hear, and also good. But they've all said, I would love Buendia at my team, and it's scary because these are Chelsea fans I'm talking to. These are Man City fans.
Well, he could fit in anywhere, couldn't he? He could absolutely fit into Man City. I think he's better than Fernan Torres. For me, I think he could fit into Chelsea. He could fit into Liverpool. There wouldn't be a first team place for him.
No,
but still he could take
United?
Up the place of Shaqiri. Yeah. Take up the place of Shaqiri. Could go to United. He could go anywhere, and that's why it's so scary. It's so scary. But Spurs as well. Kassim.
Easy Spurs. Yeah,
but he's better than Bergwijn. So yeah, he could go anywhere. I just desperately want him to stay.
Yeah, and it is frustrating because I also look at the team that were after him and came out and said it, Arsenal, and I do say Arsenal could do with him. As I think of it from a neutral point of view, but at the same time, of course, I'm going to be possessive and say no, he isn't leaving.
Why would he go there at the moment? They're not in a good state.
This is the thing, and this is why it's because I think it would be a different cup of tea right now if we just missed out on playoffs, a bit like Forest just missed out on playoffs, or Cardiff, shall I say, and we aren't going up, and Buendia is going to be officially on paper a Championship player next season, because it's like giving a little fish in a pool full of sharks right now. If that was the case, they'd all go after him. They'd all go after him, and as much as he probably likes Norwich itself, I know he lives in Attleborough, and he does love Attleborough. Apparently, he loves surroundings around there. Fair enough to him, and he is growing a family here in Norfolk now, and that is brilliant to see. But whether the case of a big team comes over and says, okay, I don't know the official numbers of what he's on, but let's say, okay, you're on 40,000 a week right now. Okay, 120,000 a week right now. We'll instantly triple it. Let's say.
Well, imagine Real Madrid come knocking. That's where he learned his trade at their academy. You're not saying no to Real Madrid, are you? Let's be honest.
But does he go? Well, you didn't see any luck in me through the academy. I had to go to Getafe and work my way up. Does he say no at that point? But
essentially,
I have gave him a 10, and transitioning on from Pukki on saying how Pukki complements the team from the goals scored. There's another player who allows this to be possible through his Argentinian creativity, as I've phrased it here, and that's Buendia.
Well, he's our Messi, isn't he?
He is literally. Our Messi. I've written that. Yeah. We did the impossible in some way by keeping him over the summer. And we were fortunately graced to see him transcend the whole of the Championship. He's too good for this league, and he's completely overshadowed it right now. He has completely overshadowed it. That's why they've had to give him the Player of the Season award. They've got you've completed this league. Here, have the trophy for it.
Complete it, mate.
Yeah, complete it, mate. And when I say like we say, he is the Lionel Messi of the Championship, and it truly meant as well, because I don't know if you know this, Messi even came up to him in his time in Spain and said, look, I'll give you the option right now, Spain or Argentina, which one do you want to play? And Buendia openly admitted that you're at Argentina, Messi, and I would love to play with you, a player like you one day. So that also fits in with Barcelona comes in for him. By the sounds of it, it'll go straight away.
Well, that's the thing, because he had a call from Messi recently, didn't he? Congratulating him on Player of the Season and how well he's done. So who knows? Maybe that's the start of a move there. I mean, it would be a real kick in the teeth of Real Madrid, wouldn't it? It's happened before. R9 Ronaldo going between Madrid and Barcelona. I mean, you see it. Maybe he could be the long-term heir for Messi, because obviously Messi's been talking for a while about leaving.
Yeah, he really has.
So maybe he's the natural replacement.
Yeah, and it's scary to think of that, because I go back to like analogy of you know this shark thing, and that they will swallow him up, even if we are promoted to the Premier League. Sadly, a little stat I saw earlier actually on Twitter: accurate final third passes this season is 735 from him. That's the most in the league. And can I just say, second place Barry Bannon is second with the most accurate final third passes. That's on 577. So that big difference. It's unbelievable to think where we'd be without him in some senses. And you take it out all of his goals and assists this season, with these goals and assists that have gave us points from on paper. Then Norwich are left with 55 points, leaving us 15th, which is mad itself. You know, and the only downfall here is he's a bit hot-headed. If someone annoys him, he'll certainly make them aware of that with a nasty tackle, let's say, and that's frustrated me this season, because especially when he got suspended and he was out for a big Swansea game, and that was annoying. You know, it was annoying to not see him there, because it had down the line for us supporters at that point, whether we're still going to get top and get promoted. But I've loved his link-up play with Pukki this season as well. It's been fantastic. The passes are ridiculous that he's doing, and something he's done more of this season too, which I've noticed, is just testing each goalkeeper. You know, I don't know whether that's the confidence and self-belief from the Championship that has to naturally offer, but he's just gone for goal this season. He really has. All the goals he's gone for, and a lot of the time he's scoring these as well, like far out, sometimes not even in the box, and he takes a shot and it just goes in. And just finishing off as well, everything that we already knew about Buendia, everything that we knew he could do, he's done again this season, but he's done it and took it to another next level, you know, in such far better detail. Yeah, I have sympathy for some of the opposition players this season, because he is untouchable, Buendia, and
just amazing.
Success is there, you know, and it's from Emi Buendia, the magical coating that the team have had this season from the Argentinian, from him conquering the league, and it's an easy 10. And
it's sad. Yeah. It makes it sad, really, because one last thing, it makes it sad that we didn't get to see it in person as the fans, because what a season he's had. And imagine if we could have seen that from the Barkley end. Those amazing goals, those amazing crosses, just would have been amazing. But still, been great to watch it online, or even just watch the highlights. Mainly the highlights, and mostly him.
Yeah,
to be honest, but
100%.
It's just what a player to get us through this tough time, and what a season to get us through this tough time. It couldn't have come at a better time for us. So thank you, Buendia, and thank you, Norwich.
From the street, I'm from the gully where they will not let my people out. So we're praying that it evens out. Rich mind, cause we're being without. So yes, this is a blessing still. And you know my people in the street, and they all just wanna scream and shout. Will I let my beam around? All my people are the stable out.